Mongolia, a country with a population of mere 3.4 million and a GDP of just 20 billion US dollar, has humiliated Washington DC, European Union and Kiev in style. Russian President Vladimir Putin was due to arrive in the East Asian nation on Tuesday. Mongolia happens to be a member nation of International Criminal Court. Now the ICC issued an arrest warrant against Putin in 2023 for allegedly deporting Ukrainian children when the invasion of Ukraine began in 2022. As and when Putin's visits to Mongolia was announced, the country came under intense pressure from the West to detain Putin the moment he walks out of his plane. Mongolia remained silent and gave a huge digitus medius to the West early Tuesday. The West was hoping for the arrest. What Putin got was a rousing welcome, a red carpet and an honored guard. That's a quite humiliation. As Putin arrived in the Mongolian city, some pro-Ukrainian protesters emerged during the ceremony. Local police were quick to remove them and anti-Putin banners were dispersed. For the two nations, it was a highly successful summit. Putin and Mongolian officials signed agreement to enhance energy cooperation. Putin also outlined plans to improve rail connection between the two countries and invited President Khurelsukh to the BRICS summit in Kazan, Russia. Later this year, Khurelsukh accepted the invitation as well. The glaring bonhomie between Putin and Khurelsukh did enough to set ICC's posterior on fire. A spokesperson for the ICC, Fadi El Abdallah, warned that ICC judges may make a finding to that effect and inform the Assembly of State Parties of it. It is then for the Assembly to take any measure it deems appropriate. Western mouthpiece Politico reported that ICC member Mongolia could now face prosecution. The International Bar Association or IBA, an organization representing the global legal profession, went on to warn that Mongolia could face consequences in the event of non-cooperation. Ukraine also cried its eyes out. Ukraine Foreign Ministry said Monday on Telegram that Mongolia has allowed an accused criminal to evade justice, thereby sharing responsibility for the war crimes. But according to the legal expert Thomas Hoffman, there are no serious consequences such as sanctions for the offending country. For example, in 2015, South Africa failed to arrest Sudanese President Omar al-Bashir, who was wanted for war crimes against humanity including genocide. The ICC 2 years later found that the country had failed to comply with its obligations. However, it failed to refer South Africa to the UN Security Council for censure. ICC is a toothless dog, you see. Russia knew it already. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov told reporters last Friday that Kremlin had no worries about the trip. Democracy fellow with the Center for European Policy Analysis, Elena Devilkonova, even claims that Mongolia is not the only ICC nation that has assured Putin of immunity from an arrest. Hungary and Armenia, also ICC members, have assured the president that he would not be arrested on their soil, further eroding the court's effectiveness. By embracing Putin with open arms, Mongolia firmly reminded imperialist states that all other countries had the right to develop its international ties according to its own interest. It's not a Japan, Australia or UK which would act as America's vassal state, but a sovereign respected democratic country, which very well knows how to serve its own interest.